Lioness.
Mm.
Could you tell us about um, how you started your music career?
Music, music started at a young age. I can go back as for singing in Sunday school and, in between breaks at the church ceremonies. Um, I always had this one song I'd sing, Father wants me for a sunbeam. Every Sunday I'd sing it, for about how much years running. So at a young age, I'd approach, audiences and stages, and this was living in Dominica in the Caribbean, and we had carnivals, and I used to dance at the carnival. I'd find the highest tree, or I'd try to climb to the top, or um, stand on top of a car, just so people could see me sing and dance. I love performing at a young age, but growing through my teenage years, I always sung and danced, but to sing reggae music, the first inspiration I had was hearing Marsha Griffiths, Feel Like Jumping. Feel like jumping. Woo-hoo. Yeah, that tune there, I sang it through my teenage years, and because I used to listen to a lot of sound tapes. Sure, I got big brothers, and it was just pure lions I used to hear, roaring, 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 until I heard a female voice. And I said, wait, and I take her in now, Marsha Griffiths. And I said, I can do that, I can do this. But around that time, it's like I was doing fashion designing because I like clothes as well. Even when I left school, I went to college and I was doing fashion designing. And one day, my tutor, she must have collected the books, you know. And sorry, the next day, I went into class and she called I and she said, do you wanna sing or do you wanna make clothes? Because I noticed you're writing poems and songs at the back of your books. And she said, go home today, and think it out. And it was true because even when I was in class, I used to think, oh, I want to be on stage, and I used to picture dancing, and so I did. I took it forward, and I started getting studio experience, and started writing. I always had the ability to write because when I used to be at home listening to music, we used to have albums where you open up into and you'd have the lyrics of the song in there. So even Michael Jackson studied his song arrangements and how he wrote, where the bridges come in and how many times the choruses come in. So as well as vocally training on all the artists that I listened to. Lovers Rock, my dad played country and western. There was funk in my house. There was soul. There was R&B. There was dub. Everything. I'm sure I was the youngest. I had to listen. I never had no say on the stereo until the house was shut down, or I was the only one in, or. So having three brothers and three sisters, I grew up with a wide variety of music, and also from my mum and my dad. So I wrote all music. I wrote soul, I wrote R&B, even hip hop. You know what I mean? And I went through stages until I found where I was, where I need to be. And the reason why I'm here is because one day I asked Father for a mission, because I wanted substance behind my music, my writing. I wanted a reason, a cause, you know. And one day I asked him for a mission. I asked him for a job. See, and because I have the fire, you know, he put eye on the dragon tail, So I just blaze up my word, son, of my power, and righteousness to uplift the nation, So for a while now, I've been writing my songs, going to studios, and performing inland Europe, you know, blazing the fire, and Father's spiritualness and word sound. That's the important thing. So for Rastafari, you know, I'm an instrument of He, and I asked for a job, I asked for a mission, and I got it, and it's the greatest mission. I love my work. See,
Thank you very much.
Rastafari.
Great. Beautiful. That's fabulous. It looks stunning. So, we've got it.